Once upon a time, in a small town called Nova, nestled on the outskirts of a vast empire, lived a young man named Ivan. Ivan was the son of a noble family, but unlike others of his class, he had little interest in politics or power. His heart was drawn to peace and love. On the other hand, his older brother, Nikolai, was a soldier through and through, dedicated to serving the empire and convinced that strength was the only way to maintain order. At that time, the empire was on the brink of a great war. Kings conspired, and armies gathered at the borders. Ivan saw the war as pointless destruction, while Nikolai viewed it as an opportunity to bring honor to their family. Despite their differing views, the bond between the two brothers remained strong. One day, a messenger arrived in Nova with urgent news: the empire had declared war. Nikolai was called away to lead a regiment on the front lines. As Nikolai prepared to leave, he promised Ivan that he would bring glory to the family and that Ivan should look after their home and town in his absence. Days turned into months, and the war was not what Nikolai had imagined. Death and devastation were everywhere, and there was no glory in the battles, only loss. In a letter to Ivan, Nikolai wrote, "My brother, I was wrong. War is not a struggle for glory, it is an endless hell." Meanwhile, back in Nova, tensions were rising. The poor and oppressed had grown weary of the empire's tyranny. A revolution was brewing, and Ivan found himself at the heart of the unrest, trying desperately to keep peace without resorting to violence. After months of hardship, Nikolai returned to Nova, but he was no longer the strong military man he once was. The war had changed him, he now saw things from Ivan's perspective. As the revolution reached its peak, the two brothers found themselves side by side, trying to forge a middle path between force and peace. In the end, it wasn't war that decided Nova's fate, but the bond between Ivan and Nikolai. They decided to unite, not with weapons, but with words and wisdom. Together, they managed to convince both the rebels and the empire's forces to negotiate, leading to a new era of peace for the land. And so, the story of Nova came to an end, where reason triumphed over arms, and the legacy of Ivan and Nikolai, the two brothers who brought unity to all, lived on forever.